Welcome to this week's episode of Live Clean, Talk Dirty with your hosts, Jess and Liesel. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back from your trip.
Yes, went to Rome.
How was it? Tell me the food was amazing.
Amazing. Food, wine, sights, great.
Oh yeah, the sides.
Yeah.
Not just the food.
Loads of steps.
Okay.
Because I got a stress fracture after the run. Then went to Rome. Not ideal. Great.
What was your favorite food that you ate?
Don't, because I know what it is, but I can't say it. But basically, it's pasta with parmesan. No, it's not even that.
Just noodles and cheese.
No, not noodles. Pasta with cheese and pepper.
Oh my goodness.
It's like cacio pepe. Cacio e pepe.
So it's a pepier than pepper.
I know that's wrong. Yeah. I'm not even going to go there. If anyone knows how to say it, let me know. Because I clearly don't.
So you came back from your trip.
Yeah, so Rome was great. Really, really, really enjoyed it. And I would go back to Italy. That was my first time in Italy. So
It's just
have you been to Italy?
No, not yet. We are going in May.
So just everything tastes great. Pizza, you know how everyone says it's good. It is really good.
Yeah.
And that even like a house wine, great.
Yeah, here it gives you a headache.
It's just nice. Have you encountered any peacocks recently?
Oh my God. No, we have not. We will not be encountering any more peacocks. No.
Oh, there's a bug there.
It has been still not the size of a peacock though.
No.
So it has been half term this week. So Grace has been out of nursery and has been at home. So there's been a lot of pretend play, imaginary drinking of tea.
Oh yeah.
And painting. I know you love that. So we went foraging for leaves and then
Oh, you had actually a DIY accident.
I did. But it's all worth it.
What was that then?
Well, I got hit on the head with wood. But it's fine. I'm still here. So if I start slurring in my speech or stop talking and fall over,
Yeah.
this is the time to get concerned. But at the moment, I can still get my words together.
Good.
I also bought my first Christmas cards.
Have you? Mm-hmm. See, do you know what I do?
No.
I buy mine in January.
You see, I wish I had this January, but we were in South Africa.
Oh.
So then you miss that window of opportunity.
Little sale. Also, Paper Chase closed down.
I know.
Right. And they were selling off all their Christmas cards. So I bought them whenever they closed down.
That's so clever. That is so...
And they're the cards which you can plant.
What?
Yeah, so it's like a card which is recyclable and it's got seeds in it. And it's like wild.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to my Christmas card this year from you.
Well, maybe.
But then I'd probably overwater it. But anyways, won't go there. So when we were planning to do this pod, I said to you, November is literally, we've got nothing planned. There was this one bank holiday in November and that was it. There was nothing else on the calendar. And then our Buddha showed
What
up.
bank holidays in November?
Gee, don't ask me that on a podcast. I don't know. Battle of Boyne or something like that.
Right, okay.
So nothing planned for November. Buddha shows up and says, all the work that you were planning to do, that you booked me in for February, I've had jobs moved, so I can now do all this before Christmas. So now we're getting a full garage conversion in November.
What?
Yep. See, I didn't tell you this.
No, you didn't. That's actually really exciting.
It is.
Does that mean the wall's coming down?
Some of it, yes. Plus new doorways, and we had to go and pick out flooring yesterday. So
What have you picked?
see, I want to go for wooden flooring, but then you have to let it rest in the house for X amount of time. So I think we're going to go with Amtico.
Yeah.
Because you can also steam clean that,
Okay.
which means you're not putting toxic products onto your floors because the steam will kill bacteria.
That's good. That's exciting.
It is. So I'm delighted for that.
We want to see pics. Pics.
Yes, this is a good idea. You had a challenge this week though, even though you were on holiday. So tell me how that went. You had to find a product that you were going to swap out next.
Yeah.
And how did that go? How did you find the process? Was it easy? Was it difficult?
Okay, so I picked something that I use, well, not all the time, but most of the time. And I decided to look into my shampoo.
Oh,
So
yeah,
at
that's
the
really
minute,
good.
I use all sorts really, but I've been using this shampoo called Grow Gorgeous, which makes my hair grow.
Okay.
And it does actually work. I really like it. However, I thought I need to see what else there is out there, which is probably EWG verified. So I went on to EWG, had a look at the options, and there are lots of options on there for shampoo. And I thought about doing shampoo because it's so close to your brain. And also so close to your brain, and obviously it can just it stays
You're
on your
absorbing into your skin,
and,
right?
and stays on your scalp. So there were loads of options on there.
Were they available in the UK?
No, this is the
Okay.
problem, and this is what I found to be a problem. They have loads of products on EWG, but a lot of them are American based.
Yeah.
But anyway, I found this brand, bought it with me in the kitchen. Attitude.
Okay.
So,
It actually says, what's that green? It actually says EWG on there because I've got.
yeah, it says eco-conscious, EWG verified for your health, and it's vegan, anti-pollution. So I bought the shampoo and I also bought the conditioner, and I bought the colour care and repair because my hair dyed.
Okay.
And this is avocado oil and pomegranate. Protects colour and restores hydration.
What's the grey one then?
So the grey one is shampoo and body wash in one.
For men.
For men.
Great.
Which is the scent is ginseng and grapeseed oil.
Great.
Now it's not the nicest. I wouldn't say it's not herbal essence like wow smell, but it's the first I've tried. I will probably try a different colour next time to see what that one smells like. But I have noticed when I use like go back to say, I don't know, a normal shampoo
Off the shelf in the supermarket.
my hair gets greasy quicker compared to this from what I found,
Okay.
which is quite good. And I don't wash my hair all that much because it's an effort. Everyone knows that.
But also, if you're washing your hair every day, it's not going to get greasy because the next day you're washing it again. So you didn't notice it getting dirty or getting oily. But where did you buy this?
So I bought this on Amazon, but you can get it on Ocado.
So that's where I got mine when you suggested that. That's Ocado is the place where I got mine, which is nice because if you are someone who orders from Ocado your groceries anyways, that is a place that you can get it.
I mean, it's not cheap.
No.
It's £10 a bottle.
Okay. If you are buying that Grow Gorgeous.
That is more expensive than £10. But
Okay. So it depends on where your budget is and what you're willing to.
And at the minute, this is all I've found, as in what I've looked into.
Okay.
But there might be options which are cheaper. So I've used half of it. So when I look into something else, then I'll see what other options are out in the UK, which is easy to get. And that's what I'm finding on EWG. They have lots of products, but it's not that accessible in the UK. It
is an American company, so you have to take that into consideration. But as a guideline, and for teaching you what products to look out for. So I think it's so important that we learn about the ingredients and things. I think, and not be lazy about it. Because this week I went to go and buy maple syrup.
Okay.
Right.
Why?
Because we have pancake sundaes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Fluffy, thin.
Small.
Or fat.
Fluffy and thin. But no, not fat. More thin based because that's how I'm used to them.
Maple syrup. Nice.
Maple syrup on top and then fruit. And you can get organic maple syrup, £6, and that's for me that's expensive, right? Because it's something we do every week. But right next to it was another maple syrup for £1, and I was like, where do you justify that price difference? And I turned around and looked at the ingredients, because usually I'd just be like, oh, that's the cheapest, I'll take that one. But then when I turned around on the ingredients, the organic maple syrup that was £6 had one ingredient, because obviously it's maple syrup from a tree. There is no other ingredients.
Right.
And the one for £1 had 8 ingredients on it, and none of them had maple syrup on it. It was all...
So what you actually eating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I think when we look at the ingredients, maybe if we start learning what ingredients are in a product like Attitude, we can find other products in the UK.
Oh yeah, I didn't even mention that. It was called Attitude. This is Attitude. So that's the brand of the shampoo and the conditioner that we've bought.
So that's really helpful just to know where to find, and that there are brands available that are truly non-toxic, because that's something that you put on every other day.
Yeah.
That's reducing toxic load in your body massively. So well done on your challenge.
Thanks. I'll keep you posted, because obviously I'm only a week in.
If our listeners are in other countries, if you have any suggestions, if you have anything that you found to be non-toxic or low toxic, something that works for you, drop us a message. You can DM us on Instagram, or simply comment on this podcast that you're listening to and let us know what you have found, or what you have gone out and discovered for yourself. So this week's topic is hormones, and I'm so excited about this topic, bringing it into women's health and talking about hormones, because it is something that really needs spoken about. And so I'm excited to get into it. So what do you know about hormones?
Not as much as you.
But what do you know if you hear the word hormones?
Well, they are chemicals within our body which have negative but also probably positive impacts.
Absolutely.
But in all honesty, I don't really know what impacts hormones, which we're going to talk about.
I think there's also like quite a negative things with it. You're so hormonal.
Yeah, there is something around that.
You're raging hormones.
People like to, what's the word? Like call you out on it.
Yeah. Oh, you're hormonal now. Is it that time of the month?
Yeah, like, you need to do one.
So, hormones. So examples, when you say positive, adrenaline.
Yeah.
Adrenaline is a positive hormone. So
what, okay, so you asked me, so what are they?
So you are 100% right. They are chemicals.
Yep.
Some of them are made up of proteins. So when we eat proteins, it's actually because they make hormones, not just to grow muscle. That's part of it for cellular structure, but also to make hormones. And they are released from something called an endocrine system. So just like you have your muscle system or your respiratory system, which is your lungs, or your nervous system, right? You have an endocrine system that is responsible for releasing all your hormones. Even your tears come from a gland.
Wait, can we go back to that?
Yes.
Tears.
So tears.
As in...
What are tears?
As in tears.
Tears.
From your eyes.
Crying.
Yeah, because when you said it, tears.
Tears. Tears.
Yeah. Crying.
So crying,
obviously,
you
when
have tear ducts.
You cry at how funny I am.
Can everybody hear the silence?
Okay.
Tear ducts release tears. Endocrine ducts release hormones. So if you think how many tears you cry, that's how many hormones can actually be released from ducts. So these hormones are chemicals, and they act as a messaging service. So you have two ways of communicating to all your cells in your body. You have the nervous system, which is like if you're sending someone a DM, it's a direct message. So Something's hot, you touch it, nervous system sends electrical impulses, you lift it.
Yeah.
Hormones are the other way. It's a broadcasting message. So if you're going to put one hormone into the body, one message is going to talk to every single cell in the body. So it's going to affect everything. And that's why it's so important that we talk about how we can influence these hormones so that every single cell in our body gets the right message. Does that make sense?
Okay. So you mentioned about endocrine. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about that, because it's still very new.
So endocrine is really just scientific terminology. So it's a hormone. It's the hormone system, and why it's relevant to what you and I are talking about is because things in our immediate environment are endocrine disruptors. That's what they are called in the scientific world, in the terminology we use.
So you're saying that there's outside influences in the environment, in our homes, in the products, in everything basically around us that impact our hormones, and we're calling them endocrine disruptors.
Absolutely. That's perfect. So the other thing that we need to understand is that you said it's a chemical, right? When you do a chemical reaction in school, you put in 1, 2, 3 chemicals, it reacts, and you get a product.
This is like when you use your Bunsen burners and it does all the colours in the, what's the blue one called?
The iodine solution, okay, or the Benedict solution. So what you need to understand about a chemical reaction is whatever you put in the beginning is going to be in your product. So it's a bit like baking. Yep. So if you have a recipe and you bake something and you put in all your ingredients, they are going to be in your end product.
Yep.
Okay. So if I now give you a recipe to bake chocolate chip cookies and you put raisins and asparagus in there, it's not going to be chocolate chip cookies, and people are going to be I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah.
With the end result.
Yeah.
Okay. So with endocrine disruptors, what happens is that there's a chemical reaction happening in your body because you're experiencing life, right? Someone walks through the door, you're excited to see them, you get happy. There's dopamine that gets released, which is a hormone, into your body, and you get really happy. And so whatever we put into our immediate environment is going to affect the end result, is going to come out on the other side. So if you're going to put paraffin on your skin.
So what's that then? What's paraffin?
Paraffin is...
Where do we find that?
Lip balm.
Lip balm. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You will be shocked at how much paraffin is in children's products, baby products. Please, if you're listening to this, go and have a look. Turn around that bottle and just look. The word paraffin.
Is that what we're looking for? We're looking for that word.
The word.
Yeah.
Amongst other things, but that is a huge endocrine disruptor. So if you're thinking about that baking example, are you going to put paraffin into your chocolate chip cookie and then eat it? Your skin is absorbing that and putting that into your chemical reaction of your body.
And how would that end up in my chocolate chip cookie then?
Because
what would it be in?
Because that's a chemical, it's going to take part in the chemical reactions happening in your body, and your end result isn't going to be what it's supposed to be. So when we talk about endocrine disruptors, they have 3 main ways that they show up in the body. So one of them is that they block messages that are being sent. So you're not going to get the right message because it's a messenger service. You're not going to get the right message. So it's actually going to block that message going out. It can actually interfere with the glands, so it can produce too little or too much, or it can actually distort the message and send out a completely different message to your body.
Okay.
So those are the 3 ways that these endocrine disruptors actually impact your hormones. So we're seeing so many different ways that it's showing up as symptoms is because we keep putting... Let's take paraffin for an example. You put lip balm on how many times a day? Every time your lips feel dry, you put on that lip balm.
But also there's something in Vaselines and lip balms that it's addictive. So when you put it on once, you want to put it on more.
Totally, but now I'm putting more paraffin on. It's not just one exposure, it's continued exposure. And your body is going, well, the first time I can deal with it because I have a detox system built into me. But we're overloading it. We're putting more and more and more into it. So if you're going to add a teaspoon of salt into your biscuit mixture, it's fine. You can taste it, it's there. It's okay, we can deal with it. You put in a kg of salt into that, because you've keep scooping and scooping onto it, it's going to not be a very nice result. You're going to be inedible. And that's what's happening in our body. Is like keep putting in that paraffin, for example, in the form of lip balm, or keep putting bum cream on the baby every time we change the nappy, and that gets absorbed straight into the skin. So research has proven that there's a whole list of endocrine disruptors. And 2 examples of those are phthalates and pesticides. Okay?
Yeah.
So you know about pesticides being on fruit and veg.
Yeah, in the fields.
Yeah. And phthalates, right? So it's been
So what are they?
the phthalates.
Yeah.
So that's what you find in things like makeup,
Okay.
which we're going to talk about next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so phthalates and pesticides research has proven that it promotes the occurrence of and development of autoimmune diseases. And what is weird, this is where the weird part comes in, 80% of all autoimmune diseases happen in women.
Really?
So now what is the one thing that women do every morning, throughout the day, in the evening before they go out, is they put makeup on and they put perfume on, and we keep layering our body with things to absorb, and then 80% of autoimmune diseases that are caused by endocrine disruptors are in women. So we have to have a deep dive into what are we exposing as women our bodies to make our hormones go crazy. So when we talk about autoimmune diseases, we're talking things like rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah.
80% of the cases are in women. We're talking about thyroid issues like Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is an inflammation where the thyroid produces too little thyroid hormone, which I was diagnosed with when I was at university. So that's took me down the looking for natural alternatives. We're talking about ADHD, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, all these autoimmune disorders. And so I'm really excited that we deep dive into that next week about makeup and look at what in makeup is causing that, and where can we make swaps, just like you did with your shampoo.
Yeah. Okay. And all of this is all impacted by hormones.
Absolutely. So our hormones do their job perfectly.
Yeah.
And when we start introducing things into our environment, they react with those hormones and we get a product that we might not like. Diabetes is another autoimmune disease. Weight loss, obesity. We need to look at why is this a problem and then address that through changing things in our environment to reduce the toxic load, stop putting stuff onto our skin that's then going to interfere with our hormones doing the job that they need to do, optimizing our bodies.
So touching on that then, let's talk about how we can reduce our exposure.
Oh gee, thank goodness. I thought you were going to start saying optimizing your body. When are we going for a run?
Soon.
Never.
Moving on.
Yeah. What was your question?
So how can we reduce our exposure? What can we do? What small little changes? Because obviously, like we said at the very beginning, it can be all very overwhelming and we can't change everything. But what can we do initially?
Okay, one of the things that I'm loving right now, which is becoming quite a trend, is makeup-free days.
Okay.
So you will see a lot of celebrities going, no makeup, just skincare, and that's them. Do that.
Yep.
Just have days where you're not putting on products and makeup first thing in the morning and then reapplying at night. If you're going to go out at night, but you're doing a home office day, don't do any makeup that day and then only in the evening. Have makeup-free days. That's a really simple way. You're giving your body that break to just don't have to worry about the toxins
so we'll
that
just
day.
Go around like looking monster-like.
But if we all look that way, you know.
Yeah, this is true.
So have makeup-free days.
Yep.
Maybe take one thing out of your makeup routine. Is there one thing you think, okay, I don't really need to also do lip liner. I can just do lipstick. Look at things maybe
based on, actually, you said the other week, what did you buy in TK Maxx?
Honest.
So look
makeup
out for that brand, and you found that in TK Maxx.
Yes. So but what I'm saying, Jess, is because it's not always like you're not going to throw out all your stuff, are you? And go and buy new ones.
No.
If you're going to go buy new ones, absolutely. Use the apps such as Yucca. What is the other app?
Think Dirty.
Think Dirty, the EWG website. Go and look at what products you can replace. But if you're not in the market at the moment for replacing your products, start reducing what you are using. Okay? And just plan in a day a week, just like you do for self-care, just like you do to go to the gym. Plan in a day where go, okay, well, this week on Friday, nothing's happening. That's the day I won't wear makeup. That will be a huge, huge benefit to your skin.
Okay. A big thing actually that I was reading about is swapping plastic bottles out for glass or stainless steel. Obviously,
why?
Well, I think because the chemicals in plastic, you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong. Chemicals in the plastic will somehow end up in our water and then we drink all
Well, it's toxins, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if it's plastic, it's being released into your water and you drink that. Glass and stainless steel, you don't. So in our homes, and we...
That's it. It's the microplastics, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So that's being released into your water. So change out where you drink your water out of. Stop buying plastic bottles. Buy a glass bottle. Use a stainless steel cup. And then keep that in your car. Keep one in your car that you just have to refill.
Also, if you flush with cash, get a water filter. Because the water in our taps actually contains fluoride.
Fluoride.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if you get a filter, then obviously that's filtering that out.
But even just your Brita water filters help, right? With people who live in very calcy areas that have Brita water filters, you can add that in and that will already reduce.
That's true.
We're not talking about eliminating, right?
No.
We can't
Reducing.
can't bring in a well into the back garden and start lugging water out from the garden into our kitchens, right? So, but it's reducing.
Where did that even come from? Let's get a well.
So reducing, right? So if you're looking for something, use glass. If you use storage containers, guys, Christmas coming up.
Yeah.
Get your Christmas list out. Glass containers. This is going to be such an exciting Christmas. Glass containers, glass water drinking bottle, right? Look for something like that.
Because yours has got a rubber thingy on so that if you put it down, it won't smash. So that's quite good.
Absolutely. Stainless steel,
Where did
great
you get that one
option.
from?
Amazon. We'll link it on our Instagram page for you so you can see. Yours is stainless steel, so another great option.
Yeah.
That's definitely
That's
all
a quick one, isn't it?
That's such a quick one. You're drinking water every day. Opt for a glass instead of plastic in the office.
Okay. How do you want to summarize then what we spoke about today on hormones?
So be aware that things that are going on in your beautiful body that you've been given might just be a little bit off, or you might be feeling not quite yourself because of chemicals from your outside environment impacting on your body on a chemical level. It might just not be you in your head that you're just not strong enough, or you're just not adamant enough, or you're just not determined enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes there's just too much impacting on your cells that we can now start reducing so that you start feeling happy and healthy and optimizing the body that you were given. So what I want to say is go plan in a makeup-free day. Go put on your Christmas wish list a glass water bottle and
look at ingredients.
Start looking at ingredients. Don't sell yourself short and just go, well, I don't know what to do. We will put on Instagram a full list of phthalates that you can look out for, that you can save in a little post and you can keep it and have a look at it. And just be kind to yourself. So give yourself that time to go and look at those products and look up and see, what am I putting onto my body? And absolutely, if for the men in your life, go and have a look at their products. See what you can gift them this Christmas that is just going to reduce the toxic load in their everyday life. If they get a takeaway coffee every day, buy them a stainless steel mug from Nespresso. They can fill up every day. Buy them a glass water bottle that you fill up for them every day that they can reuse.
Yeah.
That just makes life a bit healthier, and you get back to the fabulous self that you are.
Fab.
I was talking to you, Jess.
Oh, I'm always fab, so. Yeah. Okay.
Dirty word for next week is
makeup.
Cannot wait to talk about makeup. We are getting out your entire drawer. Oh, God. Scrutinizing it. I cannot wait to see all your makeup. Yeah, do you know, after I saw your makeup drawer, I went and bought one. I almost called it a paintbrush.
Oh my God. Wow.
Makeup brush.
Makeup brush. Well, if you think mine's bad, just see my sister's.
Cannot even wait to be educated on this. Your challenge for this week is find a makeup brand that it's non-toxic in the UK. We need it in the UK. We need accessible.
Honest not UK.
You get it in some websites. They do sell it, but not as accessible as I would like it to be.
Okay.
You know, where people can just go, yeah, that's the non-toxic brand.
I shall have a look.
So have a look and bring our listeners something really cool, really accessible to use. So that's all from us this week. Cannot believe we're on the countdown to Christmas.
Yes.
And we are going to be bringing you Christmas non-toxic and low toxic ideas for your Christmas gifts and your Christmas wish list. So hopefully going to look a bit different this year. And we cannot wait to meet up with you in the kitchen next week.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.